Hi, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Java with the Gyms. I'm Jim Filippi, an estate planning and probate attorney here in the Northern California area. I'm with my good friend, Mr. Jim Meyer, who's a real estate broker for Remax Gold. And before we get into the topic for today, we all want to know how Jim likes his coffee.
I like my coffee the way I like my emails on my secret laptop computer. Extremely incriminating.
There's a lot of options when it comes to, excuse me, financing your purchase. I think that an online mortgage broker is probably the way to go. What do you think about that?
I would say that a lot of people initially think that because 2 o'clock in the morning they wake up and say, "How am I going to buy this house?" Oh, I'm going to go do a Google search and let's see if we can find somebody in a cubicle in Texas that's going to help me. Now, oftentimes they're going to say, "Oh, you told me you'd make this much per year. You told me this and that and the other thing." Yeah, let me give you a pre-qualification letter. You can borrow 420,000 on a $450,000 price for a house. Then you bring that to your realtor, you write the offer, you get it accepted, and then that lender that you talk to online in that cubicle in Texas says, "Oh, well, wait a minute, you didn't send me your taxes, you didn't send me your pay stubs, you didn't send me your bank accounts. I'm sorry, we can't do the loan, or we could do the loan, but we need to you need to be on the job an extra 90 days or whatever." I've seen this too many times where people think they're qualified and they're not. So it doesn't hurt. Now with COVID, everybody got used to not meeting people, but I would love to put you in touch with a lender who's very, very willing to have you come to their office, sit across the desk from them. They pull up your credit report on their computer and they tell you what you can and can't do. And they give you a little printout, a little good faith estimate of what the payment's going to be. And then they sit and they hold your hand and they talk about the principal, the interest, the taxes, and the insurance, everything you need to know, and the closing costs. If somebody didn't tell you about the closing costs, shame on them. So I would strongly suggest you try to stay away from the person in the cubicle in Texas. Another thing is a lot of times on the weekend, I want to write up an offer for you. Where is that person in Texas in the cubicle? They're out, doing their family things and they're not available. So you get a local lender here. Oftentimes, if they're not available, they've got somebody covering from them. So for them, so we send a little text or whatever, and we get what we need immediately. So I rambled on. Do you hear a dog in the background?
Sounds like the your dog approves of that message.
The dog loves the message, and that's Bella. And if you watched our show, Bella never comments on anything, so that just shows how important this is. So
Yeah, it totally makes sense. And there's always a value for having a professional that you can reach out and touch and help you through one of the most stressful things that you can do is buy a house. And so having those professionals hand in hand with you is does sound like it's pretty important, and certainly worth spending maybe a little bit extra. That eighth of a point in interest rate may not be worth the heartache that it causes to save it. So it makes
right,
a lot
in the
of
grand
sense.
scheme of things, your monthly investment is not going to be much different than if you got that loan with that person that you never saw on the phone. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you need legal advice, you call Jim. You need real estate advice, you call Jim. Same name, different phone numbers. Give us a call. We cannot wait to meet you. We're really, really looking forward to helping serve you. There is absolutely no cost, no obligation. We just like talking to people, right, Jim?
Absolutely.
There you go. We're going to see you next time on another exciting episode of Java with the Gyms.
Have a great morning. Take care.